So, this week I wanted to find how we could use the house to aid the interaction between the characters Hopara and Kuia. Actually, the first half of my week was spent on an eye-opening trip to a family tangi, catching up with my nieces, my nephews, and the rest of my dad's offspring. We spent a night in the wharenui of the Urupa marae, and one night at my home marae in Te Kaha. Exactly what I needed to come back inspired and in the zone for Urupa. Now I started some draft concept illustrations that depict some of these interactions between Hopara and Kuia, such as turning out lanterns to make it hard for Kuia to see you, carrying objects. Hopara may want to use the kitchen island to hide right under her nose, maybe even close enough to pickpocket. Hiding under the dining table would also get him close enough. As Hopara is only a young kid, there might be places he cannot reach with his 2 feet. He might need to carry heavy objects through the house, slowing him down a little while still keeping an eye out for a groggy Kuia, who will take the object back to its spawn point if Hopara is caught. He probably spends most of the game in his pyjamas, as the time frame of the game takes place in a single night, the night before the tangi of Kuia's father. Kuia is dead set on not having you roam the house after the curfew of sundown. The game will most likely open up just as the sun is setting, and the drop of the sun will coincide with the inciting incident of the story that puts it all into motion. It is very cold down south, and Hopara can choose to open the windows to let the howling wind come in. If the window is close to Kuia, she will hear it, but if it is far, she won't, and she'll just feel the temperature of the house drop slowly, which will end up waking her up searching for a remedy either way. Hiding in closets or wardrobes, obviously a very standard option in most stealth games, so it'd be a crime not to add it, I guess. Peering out of the cracks as Kuia slowly creeps past. Lastly, I looked into the family history of the house and which characters may belong to the cemetery/Urupa. This is confidential stuff, as most of these characters play their own roles in what is creating the curse upon the estate and surrounding land. We'll think about this a bit more before we choose to share any of it. But thanks for the old watch, and keep winning. Tama out.
Welcome to episode 7. Hope you guys are good and having a wonderful week. This week I worked on the Kuia, or the grandma. This is the last of the 3 main characters that I have to model. I made sure to spend some extra time on her. She is the most interactive character in this experience. Let's get to it. I first blocked out the body shape of the grandma. Next I lightly detailed the main landmarks on the face. Then I went in and started transforming the skin to look old. This was achieved by adding wrinkles upon wrinkles and a lot of bagginess to the skin. After that, I went to the hands and started adding specific detail to the fingers. The hands, face, neck are the only exposed parts on the model, so I added a lot of detail to them. For some reason I decided to go back to the face and add even more detail. I think I got a bit too carried away. I literally spent a whole day just on the face. But that extra work does look cool and hopefully can be translated into the game. After finally finishing the face, I moved on to the hair and clothing items. Looking at the reference image, she has the most complex attire out of the 3 characters. She has a scarf, a shirt, pants, gumboots, and a korowai. I used the same approach for all the clothing items. Masking, extracting, then shaping it, and then finally adding the creases for detail. I ended up using an alpha map instead of fiber mesh for the feathery parts on the korowai, just because I had more control. And that is it. That is the grandma. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 7. Next week I'll be UV mapping and retopologizing all those characters, and then hopefully applying some sort of texture or material to them. I have no idea how long it's gonna take, but that is the next process. We will see how it goes. Anyway, thanks so much again for watching, and we will see you next week.